On this lesson, we're going to begin illustrating our monster. So first thing we have to do, of course, is open Adobe Illustrator and create a new document. If you don't know how to do that, I'm going to teach you very quickly how. So you're going to go here to File, New, or you can press Ctrl N on your keyboard, and then a window like this is going to appear. I'm using the latest version of Illustrator CC, but this information, while in a different layout, should look the same. So, or be on the same slot. So what you have to make sure is that you select the color mode to be RGB, because you're not going to be printing this project, and then a width of 800 by 600. That's what I pick, and I hit create. So now that I have my document created, you can see here on the artboard, if you press Shift O, the measurements are what I had picked. So first thing I'm going to create is this monster is going to be really only basic shapes, or most of the shapes that are going to be the body are going to be very, very basic shapes, or things that I draw with a pen tool, but in a very, very simple way. So a good idea, or something that I like to do a lot, is go here to the Tools panel, and probably by default you're going to see the rectangle tool, but if you click there and hold that click, you can see the rest of the shape tools, the rectangle tool and the rest of them. And if you click on this little triangle right here on the right, you can deattach this window and place it near your canvas. That way you can access all the shapes, even the ones that doesn't have a shortcut. So once you have this done, you're gonna go here and create that. I'm gonna probably create a square, so I'm gonna press Shift while I create this one and create a square that is around this size. I'm gonna zoom in by pressing Ctrl plus, and you can zoom out by pressing Ctrl minus. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and now if you see, when I go to my selection tool or press B on my keyboard, you can see how these little circles have appeared, and these ones are handles to allow me to round my corners. Now if you're using an older version of Illustrator, you are not going to have these handles in previous ones to CC. So what you can do, if you want to do this effect, you can apply a similar effect. So you can go select your shape and go here to Effect, go Stylize and Round Corners. And when you do that, a window like this is going to appear. You can preview and here change the radius to have a radius that is bigger and makes almost the same effect that we were doing with the handles. Since I have the latest version of Illustrator, I'm going to round the corners here by hand, so around here. Now the next thing I want to create are the eyes, so I'm going to go to the ellipse tool, press L on my keyboard, and make an ellipse that is like this, then make another one that is like this, and then make a circle actually, so I'm going to press Alt. So the center of this ellipse is going to be right there where I click, and then I'm going to press Shift. So I make a perfect circle. Now that I have done this, I'm going to move this ellipse around here, and this one I'm going to scale it up a little bit. Okay, so now that I have this, I'm going to move it around there with everything, sorry. And what I want to do is actually create a copy to have the other eye. So I'm going to press Alt and Shift while I click and drag, sorry. And I'm going to make copy, just like that. Now I want to group all these shapes, sorry, except the square, by pressing Ctrl G on my keyboard. And now what you have to do is select all your shapes, then click again on your square. If you see, the outline has become thicker. And what this is indicating us is that this is now the key object. So I can go here to the alignment tools here on the top, or I can go Window, Align, or press Shift F7. And when I do that, a window like this is going to appear. Now you can see here right on the bottom right corner that you have the Align to, and you have a key. That's also indicating that our key object is this square, sorry. So we're going to go here to Align Objects, and I'm going to make sure that horizontal align center. And now I'm going to ungroup because I don't need them to be grouped. And the next thing I want to do is that I actually want to remove this top circle to the one on the bottom, or to the ellipse on the bottom, sorry. So I'm going to go Window, Pathfinder, or you can press Shift Ctrl F9. And when you do that, this window is going to appear. And here you can see the different shape modes that the Pathfinder has. So if I select both of these shapes, I'm going to demonstrate how each of these options work. So for example, you can see here that the Unite is telling you, and you can see on the icon, that what this is going to do, I'm going to click, you can see that now both shapes are one single path. I'm going to undo that and go to the next one. Now this one is telling me I'm going to subtract the ones that is on the front. So I'm going to do that, and this is exactly what I want to do, but I'm going to undo this and keep showing you the rest. So on the next one is the intersect, so it's going to actually only let us the part that is intersecting, so something like that. And the final one is the one that's called exclude, so it's going to exclude the part that is intersecting. So if I swap this, you can see this more clearly, how this part on the middle doesn't have a path. So I'm going to undo that, and remember that what I like is minus front, and I'm going to do the same for the other eye. And now I have my eyes. Now the next thing I want to do is go to my pen tool or press P on my keyboard and go here right on the top of my eye and make a point, and then make another point here. Then what I want to do is go here and press P and round a little and drag a little bit, and again, then click and drag a little bit, and I can undo that because I didn't like that, and then click and drag. And now you can have an eyebrow. And if you don't like the shape that you created, maybe you think that something can be changed, you can go to your direct selection tool here or press A on your keyboard. And once you do that, you can move around your anchor points to get a shape that you like. So I like that, I think that's okay. And I'm gonna go, and I want to create the eyebrow for the other side. So to do that, I'm gonna go right click, transform, reflect, and when you do that, a window like this is going to appear. Here you can check and uncheck the preview and make sure that you're reflecting on a vertical axis and create a copy. So when you do that, now you have a copy. Now I'm going to group these two eyebrows by pressing Ctrl G, and again I'm going to select the square as the key object, click on it again to make it the key, and go here to the horizontal line center. I think it's very important that you always align your objects because this really gives a more professional look. Finally, I'm going to create a mouth, so I'm going to go here to my ellipse tool or press L on my keyboard and create around here a circle by pressing Shift again. And then I'm going to create another one that is going to be smaller around here, I think. Now I'm going to go to the first one that I create on the beginning. Then I'm going to go to my direct selection tool, press A on my keyboard, select the top anchor point. You can see that I only select this, and then press delete on my keyboard to delete it. Now what I want to do is select this anchor point, then press Shift to select the other anchor point, and go here on the top. You can see here next to anchor point you have the corners, the handles, and then you have these anchors. And here if you click on this one where it says connect selected endpoints, you're gonna make a shape again. And that is exactly what we want. So again, you can select both of these shapes, group them, and make sure that you align them to the center. And you can move them around a little bit. So in the next lesson, we're going to keep working on our monster.